Om Shanti, everyone. Good morning. Should we wait for a few more minutes or should we start?
I think we can get started. It's already
Oh.
5.
Perfect. Okay, good morning, everyone. Today we have a beautiful Murli where, especially in this early years when Baba just became Avyat, Baba's Murlis are very deep and you can see how Baba sees those initial uh, foundation souls. Like if you look at Dadis were really strong. Strong means spiritually stable, steady, and how Baba is guiding them to go further than where they are already in, whichever stage they are already in, right? So, and that's why these initial murlis builds a lot of foundation for our spiritual foundation and spiritual practices that will help us what attitudes to hold and make our spiritual foundation very stable and unshakable. And this is one of such murlis where Baba is emphasizing on who we are and what we are made up of and how to bring that into action. Make your spiritual power starts working back again, right? So today's Murli, it was originally spoken on January 13th. Generally 13th January is when Sankranti, the festival comes, right? 13th January 1978. So Baba says, make preparations instead of waiting, right? Intazar se intazam kar lo. So make your own preparations, get ready, intazam kar lo, and don't intazar mat karo. So don't wait for things to happen. Do your preparations yourself. Baba says, the father is always happy to see his children. Why is he happy? At present, compared to all other souls of the world, every child of mine is elevated. And in the future, too, they become worthy of being worshipped by the world. Seeing such souls who are worthy of the most elevated praise and worship, the one who are yogi and jnani, and with all the divine virtues, the constant world servers who are always lost in love for Bab Dada and who constantly cooperate with him, Baba experiences such great happiness. So try to observe what makes Baba happy. Baba makes happy when he looks at the children, and with children, children who are worthy of worship, and children who are most elevated and worshipped, who are jnani and yogi, with full of all divine virtues, constant world servers, who are always lost in love of Bap Dada, and also constantly cooperating with Baba. And when Baba looks at these children who have these qualities, that makes him very happy. So Baba says, although all of you are number wise, even the last bead of the rosary is greater in front of the rest of the world. Knowing this greatness and praise of yours, do you conduct yourself accordingly? First thing Baba is telling, do you recognize that? And then the second thing is, do you act as per your recognition? Do you conduct yourself accordingly? Or while moving along, do you consider yourself to be ordinary? The alaukik life and the alaukik karma you have received through the alaukik father is not ordinary. Even today, devotees place the last bead on their eyes, because even the last number bead is a star of Baba's eyes. It is the light of the eyes. Even today, they place such jewels of light on their eyes. While knowing and speaking of your elevated fortune, do not become unaware of it. As soon as you had the firm faith in your mind, together with honest heart, that you were the child of the Father, the praise and attainment from that 1 second becomes so great. And which is that second? The second you had the firm faith in your mind with honest heart that you are child of God the Father. The praise and attainment from that 1 second, when you have that firm faith, becomes so great, so elevated. Do you know how large your lottery is? When you become a direct child of the Father, within 1 second, your name, sanskaras, changes from those of Shudra to those of Brahmins. That 1 second of recognition will change your name and sanskara from Shudras to those of Brahmins. In this game of 1 second, the world, the sanskaras, the attitudes, the visions, the awareness all changes. In that 1 second of firm recognition of Baba, the world, sansar, sanskar, vritti, drishti, and smriti all changes. Yet, you forget such an elevated second. Even today, people of the world have not forgotten it. You souls change while going around the cycle, but the people of the world have not forgotten it. That 1 second, they become so happy when they speak of your fortune. They believe that you attained God. You souls are the embodiments of experience who receive all attainments. Therefore, since the souls of the world have not forgotten this, why do you forget it? You should not forget it, but you do. And what is that Baba emphasizing? That 1 second of firm faith, firm recognition that we had. That 1 second which has changed our world, changed our sanskaras, changed our drishti, vritti, kriti, and smriti. And we forgotten, but people of the world remembers. And just so they become so happy by speaking about your fortune. They believe that you attained God. You souls are the embodiments of experience who received all attainments. Therefore, since the souls of the world have not forgotten this, why do you forget? You should not forget it. What newness will you show Bapdada in this new year? According to the time you have been given, you should all appear to be perfect. According to the aim, all Brahmin souls should have completed all their efforts. You are all ready for transformation, are you not? The time that you Brahmins have been given is not for making effort on yourself, but every thought and every word of you children of bestowers has to be used in giving all the treasures you have attained to all the souls of the world. This extra time is not for your own effort, but it is for giving your time, virtues, and treasures to others. If you use this time and treasures for yourself, instead of the purpose for which the Father gave them to you, then you are being dishonest with the treasures entrusted to you. This year is the special year for Brahmins to become Mahadanis, great donors, and Vardanis, bestowers of blessings. Just as you make monthly programs and have a special month for yoga and a special month for service, so too, according to the drama plan, you have been given this extra time to become Mahadanis, great donors. So far, all of you know very well the old language, the old situations, and the old customs and systems. The time of this year is not for those. Just as you have surrendered yourself to the Father, so now surrender your time, all attainments, knowledge, virtues, and powers in serving the world. Serve all your prapti, gyan, gun, shakti to serve the world. Whatever thought you have, check whether it is for world service. By surrendering yourself for service, you will very easily become complete. When you make special programs for service, then because you are busy in special tasks, you do not pay attention to having rest, having facilities for yourself, or even to the trivial tests that may arise from other souls. You avoid all of those because you constantly have your task in front of you and you remain busy in that. You do not use time for yourself, but especially for service. In the same way, in the new year, by remaining busy in this task and by making every second and every thought for service, you will pass all tests in such a way that will be as though they are nothing. You won't even have the thought of what the situation was or why it happened. By surrendering yourself in love for service, all the big and little papers or tests will also automatically surrender themselves. Just as the form and the name of something changes when you put into a fire, in the same way, the name, form of any test will change and take on the form of attainment. You will not be afraid of the word Maya, but you will instead constantly dance in the happiness of being virtuous. When you experience Maya being your slave, would the slave be your server or would you be afraid of her? When you surrender yourself to service, then Maya automatically surrenders herself to you. However, when you do not surrender yourself, Maya also takes her chance very well. And again, what is it Baba asking us to surrender for the service? All attainments, Gyan, Gun, Shakti. Does it mean? What does it actually mean? Use all of this, exercise all of your powers for the service. So, when you surrender yourself for service, then Maya automatically surrenders herself to you. However, when you do not surrender yourself, Maya also takes her chance very well. By taking her chance, she becomes a chancellor over Brahmins. Do not allow Maya to become your chancellor. You yourself should take any chance for service and become a chancellor. Now, do you understand why you have been given this time? Now, do not have any complaints. According to the present time, everyone has to become complete. Complete soul never complains. Such a soul does not use the language. It just happens. It happens like that all the time. In the new year, there should be a new language and new experiences. It feels good to take care of old things, but not so happy, but not so good to use them. So, why do you use them? Put them away carefully for 5,000 years. Do not have love for those old things. So as you're listening to this Murli, you can feel a common theme compared to what Baba was sharing in Sunday's Murli for you and today's Murli for us. It's the same theme Baba is asking. Let go of the old sanskaras and focus on the new sanskaras in this new age, new year. When in front of devotee souls, the beggar souls and the thirsty souls, always consider yourself to be those who are identically like the Father, embodiment of those who grant visions as you move along. The queens of all three are, the queues of all three are very long. What are the queues? A queue of devotee souls, queue of beggar souls, and a queue of thirsty souls. All three queues are very long. Engage yourself in finishing the queues. Quench the thirst of the thirsty souls. Give a donation to the beggar souls. Show the path of meeting God as the fruit of devotion to the devotee souls. What do you do with each line? Give the donation to the beggar souls. What donation? Gyan Gun Shakti. Give the path to connect to God to devotional souls, devotees, and quench the thirst of the thirsty souls. So when you remain busy in finishing these queues, your queue of all questions within the self will come to an end. Do not wait in anticipation of time, but remain engaged in making preparations to make all three types of souls full. Devotees, beggars, and thirsty souls. Make them full, and all of your questions will be fulfilled. You will not now ask when distraction will take place, will you? Finish this queue, and the time for transmission will also finish. Do you not feel that the confidence age is more elevated than golden age? Is it that you have become tired? Since you ask, when will distraction take place? It must be because you are tired that you are asking. The father has extreme love for the children. Baba likes this Mela, and the children like heaven. You will receive heaven for 21 births, but you will not receive the confluence age again. So do not become tired. Engage yourself in service, and you will experience the practical fruit of it. Your future fruit is fixed, but you will not be able to experience the happiness of this practical fruit throughout the whole cycle. Therefore, listen. Listen to the calls of your devotees. Become merciful, Mahadanis, and play your part of being Mahan Punyatma, great charitable souls. Achha? To such obedient children of the Father who has determined thoughts and become obedient within a second to the world benefactors, the great donors, and the bestower of blessings, who, like the Father, make everyone complete, to those who remain constantly busy in service. To such souls, to such children who are equal to the Father, Bapdada's love, remembrance, and namaste. And to Baba who makes us Dani, Mahadani, and the most blissful children, spiritual children, say namaste to that spiritual father. Namaste. Should we pause here or should we go 1 million with daddies? Okay, let's try a little bit further what Baba is telling about daddies. Baba says to Didi, so this is Didi Manmohni, right? What one thing is everyone waiting for? The answer to the riddle of the beginning. Who am I? This will continue until the end. Everyone is in anticipation of knowing who they will be in the future and where they will be in the rosary. When will this anticipation finish? You all discuss this with one another and also have heart to heart conversation. Who will become part of the 8? Who will become part of the 100? There is no question of who will become part of the 16,000. Ultimately, who will become part of the 8 and the 100? The foreigners wonder which rosary they will become part of. And those who came at the beginning think that those who have come last will go fast and wonder whether they themselves have a place in the rosary or whether that is only for those who have come last. What is the result? The Father has the account book, and the position of anyone is not fixed. How did you select the winner in the art competition? First, you made a short list of good ones, and you then choose the first, second, and the third numbers. You first have to make a short list and then fix them number wise. So now the short list has been made, but as yet no one is fixed. What will happen to those who come at the end? There are always some seats kept empty till the end, even when reservations are made. They keep a quota aside till the end. However, out of the handful selected from the many, there are a lucky few. Acha, in which rosary are you? Have hopes in yourself. There will be one or another wonderful aspect on the basis of which your hopes will be fulfilled. The specialities, the speciality of the 8 jewels lies in one particular aspect. The particular memorial of the 8 jewels is special in that you are able to see each of the 8 powers in their practical lives. 8 jewels will will reveal the eight powers in a practical life. If even one power is not visible in your practical life, then just as an idol that has a missing arm that is missing, would not be worthy of being worshipped. In the same way, if one of the power is missing, you would not be fixed as yet in the list of eight deities. Secondly, the eight deities are considered to be specially loved by devotees, specially loved ones, means those who are greatly worthy of worship. Every devotee receives every type of method and success from their specially loved deities. Here too, those who are to become part of the eight will be the specially beloved ones now. That is, they will show the path to success through their every thought and activity to the whole Brahmin family, and will be considered even now to be great image in front of everyone. They will have all the eight powers, and they will be elevated souls, great souls, and bestowers of blessings in front of the family. This is the speciality of the eight jewels. And we can pause here. Such a beautiful Murli, such a deep sharing with Didi. Let's take a pause and take a minute to soak in. Make yourself very comfortable as you take your awareness to that 1 second when you had a second of recognition, when you had the deep faith, deep intoxication. Where your whole world has transformed. Your sanskaras have transformed. Your vritti, your vibrations, your drishti and your smriti, everything changed. Remember that 1 second. A second when you recognized yourself as a child of God and recognized Baba. That second of transformation, which was highly celebrated even on the path of devotion. And being part of the divine family, being part of the Brahmin rosary. Try to recognize all your attainments, Try to recognize the virtues and powers. Recognize all the Gyan, Gun, Shakti, and all the attainments. Now try to extend all your attainments, virtues, powers, and Gyan to all the souls, offering your powers for the service. And serving all the three types of souls, the devotees, showing them the path to God, use your powers, use your love for God to reveal God, to quench the thirst of all the souls who are depleted of love, life, with your spiritual loving light. Give the donation of Gyan, Guna, Shakti, all the souls who are begging. Become Dani, Mahadani, and Varadani. Become a Dani, Mahadani, Varadani. And cherish this beautiful confluence age with Baba. Engaging in this most elevated service. Recognizing yourself and revealing Baba to whole world. Exercising all your 8 powers. Become Master Shakti, most loved by all the souls of the world. Being part of the rosary, very close to Baba, very close to all the elevated souls. 808, 16,000. Exercising with all your 8 powers. Expressing all your virtues and powers. Embodying all the wisdom, all the truth. Om Shanti. Such a beautiful Murli. Just thinking, of course, thinking about Baba, the one who's making us so beautiful, fills our hearts. Just remembering your own most elevated stage is very uplifting, not only for yourself, for the whole world. So, what is the love? What flavor of love are you experiencing in this Murli? Is a love from Baba, but there is also the sweetness that Baba is revealing to ourselves about our complete and perfect form. What sweetness are you experiencing in this Murli? Vijit Bhai?
So here, Baba says you have to become a chancellor. Because when we don't surrender ourselves right fully, then there's a chance that Maya can, take charge, and Maya will become a chancellor there of this Brahmins. So
Yeah.
Baba says, take any chance that you have been given for service, to do service. And
That is
also, yeah, as we know, the New Year is around the corner, right? And Baba's Murli is really touching that, right? And we all get that gift, like yesterday also, Baba said, the old sanskar, the old things to give up and take up the new sanskar.
Thank you. Girijaben. I see the comments coming. Feel free to unmute yourself. Okay, I read Girijaben is saying, I am elevated child of the Father. Vaha souls, yogi and jnani souls, full of virtues and powers, constant world servers, always lost in love and cooperation. Last bead, but stars of Baba's eyes. Such an elevated second. Awareness, I shall make preparations. New language, new experiences, no complaints, an embodiment who grants visions to everyone, visions to bhagats, beggars, and thirsty souls. Mumbai says, single determined thought brings transformation in 1 second, else Maya will take chance. Nice. Anyone else?
Om Shanti, Harshabai. Om Shanti. You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Because my voice wasn't audible, that's why I asked. I feel the Murli is really couched in, so many things Baba wants to tell us. Every paragraph. When the title was read, that start making preparations, enough of waiting, I thought it's going to be a Murli where Baba is really going to give us the final tips. Like, you remember in all these 77 Murlis, it was just love, 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 and how through love we get ready. But 78 Murli started with a very different note that Baba is explaining about these jewels. In fact, he started about these 8 jewels, then the 2 jewels, and the 6 jewels. And today, Baba has even, in the later part of the Murli, of course, given about the 8 jewels. That's why, as I said, each of the paragraph of today's Murli is got absolutely different approach. That's what he speaks of an elevated second. But I was just trying to, these 3, even though I know Bhagat soul, beggar soul, thirsty soul. So I was trying to see the difference in all of this. The ages, of course, has to be the copper age. That was the time when they were thirsty souls. That's the time when begging started. And that's the time when devotion started. So why are they standing in 3 different places in queue? They are all, I feel, one. Why has Baba given them 3 different places in the queue and then telling us, okay, finish the queue? Could you just give a line of difference on this, brother?
Yeah. No, I definitely see especially when we look at the people with religious mind, right? And then if you actually see, some people have a lot of faith in something. For example, if you pick people from such Sai Baba, right? There is a lot of Sai Baba groups everywhere, right? And look at Babs, right? Like what is the Swaminarayan thing, right? We just look at that huge number of people, and everyone is looking for something slightly different. If you look at Sai Baba thing, they have some experience. They say like, oh look, I had this thing rosary which I did on I went to temple on this day, and my examination has went really well, right? Oh, this surgery went really well. Some experience that they had, and they built faith that, oh, this is going to work. Whatever this thing, I don't understand, but this is going to work because it worked for me once, right? So their faith is backed by one experience, right? And now, if you look at the world situation, a lot of people going through mental illness. They're not looking for people, they're not looking for a high job or high pay or positions or possessions or wealth, but they're looking for peace, they're looking for genuine love, they're looking for some people are genuinely looking for answers like why, what am I doing, what am I not doing, right? So there you can clearly see they have this thirst for genuine love. They're not looking for some problem to be solved, and they're genuinely looking for love. It is a thirst of the soul, and that is a totally different have everything, but they want to experience. For example, Mira, this, I want to feel God, I want to feel God, I don't, and their desire is to feel what it feels to interact with God. I want to experience God's presence, I want to interact with God. So their desire is totally different, right? And when you come to beggar souls, like those are the souls saying that, like, look, I have this problem, I want some money, I want a kid. I mean, they're definitely looking for love in all of these things, but they're looking for some things here and there, right? So they are stuck in some relationship problem, they're stuck in some jamela of the world. So they are more like a beggars. They are not looking for virtues. They are not looking for connecting with God. They are looking for some help to get through, right? So I feel there are different flavors of people looking for different things at different points of time. And like you said, it could be the same person, different times looking for different things. One, sometimes he may think that, oh, I hope somebody Baba can help me with this problem at work, or with this situation or that situation. At that time we are beggar souls. And at times we feel like, oh, I'm not getting the connection with Baba, and that is more of a devotee kind of souls. Or sometimes we feel like, oh, I don't have love in my life, and I don't feel that tangible love or happiness. And that is when you are a thirsty soul. That is a thirsty soul, right? The same soul can go into different phases, but when all these three are fulfilled, so then there is a sense of contentment, then there is a sense of love, then you feel a part of the family and things like that. I mean, I when I was thinking, then I said like, wow, Baba nicely put people into three buckets and gave three different approaches to fulfill their different needs, you see. Did I answer your question, Girijapan?
Why I was thinking, see,
Hmm.
actually, I don't disagree with you that there is no difference. But in today's context, if you see of the Murli,
Hmm.
he's also giving us the solution. He's saying,
Yeah.
quench the thirst of the thirsty soul. So I was thinking, how? Why I had such a question, I'll tell you. See, of late, there are so many gurus and so many saints who are conducting meditations here and there. And I
Hmm.
come across, I'm being very honest, please forgive me if I'm wrong. I'm being very honest for people who try to, say that, oh, such kind of meditation is a paid meditation and all that. But what I thought, whoever, whichever guru, whatever saint is trying to at least quench the thirst of those souls for that time, let us appreciate. Maybe they will all come down to search for the one. So now I feel there are a lot of these thirsty souls going around asking people and all. But when Baba has asked me to give alms, I asked him this question: Baba, there are already sprouted people and all over there. So I will wait, I shall wait when they come to ask for you and you alone, because I have only that in my shop. I don't have anything else in my shop other than you only. So, immediately when this question came up in the movie, it just put me thinking. Not that, and I find he's only stuck over there in the copper age. That's why, brother, I had a thing. As you said, yeah,
So,
everyone is thirsty for something, everyone is complaining for something, and everyone really is looking for something. Kuch dekh rahe hain. You're right. Sure.
hmm, hmm. So I feel that you're a little bit more merciful soul, where you are telling that, oh, why are you looking for this thing? Look for the bigger thing. Look for God Himself. I will give you God Himself. That's what I'm hearing you say, right? Yeah. So that's right. So once we start serving the souls, whatever they have experienced, that helps them to come little closer, and then they start taking more towards.
But I feel the world is full of also beautiful souls like Baba's children.
That's true.
That is how I take it to be. I don't know. I may be wrong. We feel that only we have got the knowledge and we have got that. And I'm sorry, I face such things. And that puts, I said, every child, how can I got the knowledge? Okay. But and one thing we don't remember, no transformation will take place till the last child of Baba in this world is pulled up. He is not going to come down at all. I think unless we have such a protracted view about the whole world to involve everyone, then only I think we can do. But we are still in our own, what to say, the narrowed down concepts and things. Why can't I include the whole world? Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes people say I'm too generalized. I don't know. So I was
That
just
is,
thinking along that context.
yeah, definitely there are a lot of sweet souls. Definitely there are a lot of sweet souls. But there is something within Brahmins. You may not see sweetness in them when they look at their behaviors or their actions and interactions. But there is something in them which not everyone has. And that one thing is to perceive something incorporeal. You see, there is a lot of people with virtues and powers, but not everyone can perceive incorporeal. And if you remember, I think yesterday or day before yesterday, Baba was talking about, look, try to remember me. Not physical, not even subtle. Try to perceive me, the incorporeal. I was thinking like who is actually Baba's child who he was talking about here. And especially when he says like those who have recognized me, right? So what is that recognition Baba is talking about? Even in today's Murli, what is he talking about that 1 second when all of this thing happened? Your world has changed, your sanskaras has changed, your name, form, everything has changed, transformed everything. What is that 1 second? What happened there? So we were able to perceive incorporeal. We were able to perceive our incorporeal self. And I may have the force of my weaknesses or negative sanskaras and all kind of mess in my conscience. But I have an ability, I have that capability to perceive incorporeal. And that is what Baba values the most, more than those who are sweet and loving and goody goodies, you see. So that is what I always feel, that oh, this is something worth cherishing. Once I can get that, once I can perceive incorporeal, if not today, tomorrow, I'll get everything under the sun, including virtues, powers, and knowledge. But I should not lose my sense of incorporeal self. That is the key for me.
Yeah, yeah, I think uh, I agree with you, because I remember two lessons and one person. When I was early in the Gyan, I can never forget the influence of Dadi Prakashmani in my early part of the career. I found her when she dealt with a Gyani person or a non-Gyani person or even a common person. I could see she had that same, her kaleidoscope of look on all the three was the same. I couldn't see the thing, and I have listened to her and I've heard how could she see Baba in each one of them. That was one. And I remember someone, I don't know who it was, a kind of a statement made. God sent his messages through the messengers. The messengers were glorified, the messages were distorted, and God was forgotten. So now I think the last part I'm thinking that my Baba, as you said, incorporeal, right? That has been forgotten, I think. I'm just going to concentrate on that to see wherever he has been forgotten, just his slowly sneak out his profile, his introduction, so that he is revealed. I think that's the way we have to do if really we have to bring about him in this world. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
sometimes I just think about these, but I can never forget Adi Prakash Mani's thing on the kind of approach he had, whether it's Jnani or non-Jnani or gurus and all. She had a great influence on me. Om Shanti.
Definitely, definitely. And then we can only do that when we ourselves are in that incorporeal state. When we are holding our incorporeal awareness of the self, then you see the incorporeal part in the other self. And once you see others as the souls, then they're part of the family anyhow, part of Baba's children eventually. Right? Yeah. Sanjay Bhai?
Hari Om Shanti.
Yeah.
As we are talking about that, what we have and what the people who are non-BKs were having, what I feel that we know that vitamins A, B, C, D, and all that. Let us nomenclature as the god and goddesses, which people think, and the different sects what they follow. They are getting A or A vitamin, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, and what we get one in all in one. That the thing is that when a person is deficient of any vitamins and is getting it, he's feeling satisfied. And after that, he needs another vitamin, he takes another. Due to that only, non-BKs, they move from one sect to another sect, one sannyasi to another sannyasi, and they are getting fulfilled and they're happy also. But a time comes, they will feel the thirst, the inner thirst, because now they realize that they are a body, and due to that only, that corporeal part is satisfied. But when they will realize, and every person realizes today, or some after some time, suppose a rich man is very satisfied, and time comes, he faces adversities, then he realizes that what he has missed. So a time comes, every person realizes, and they will also realize that they are getting A from somebody, B from somebody, C from somebody. But there is somebody who has given all those vitamins to all others, and we are getting from them. All basically all sannyasis and all are basically beggars, getting getting that specific qualities from Baba, God, and corporeal. When they realize जो अंदर है उसके कारण ये बाहर होता है, what that is inside, whatever that you see outside is the outcome of that. So unless and until we are incorporeally satisfied, then only you'll be totally satisfied. And as talked about Dadi Prakash Mani, how she could consider everybody as this with the same eye. Why? Because she was at par with Baba. And unless and until you become totally satisfied, then only you can consider everybody else as with the same eye, because basically all are children of God. But we BKs do sometimes, and is very sad also, that we consider them as untouchable, and we consider, really it's a fact that I've seen, we consider them as really untouchable. When you talk about bhakti, it is as if it is a sin
Yeah.
to do bhakti.
That is bad.
Yes. The most important part is that we must realize that all are children with Baba. Even if you are not agreeing with his views, still he is children of Baba. Even if he's one of the most rotten part of the society, still is the children of Baba. That if we could see the incorporeal, if we are really incorporeal, then only we will find that everybody is child of Baba.
Harsha Bhai
Yeah.
and Sanjay Bhai, in the interest of time, I think we should move towards closing.
Yeah, Om Shanti, Om Shanti.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's take a minute to just make yourself very comfortable in your incorporeal stage. Try to recognize the deep love that we had on the path of devotion. It was the basis that brought us closer to Baba. The fruit of bhakti is this very awareness of incorporeal. Make yourself very comfortable. Feel the incorporeal love of Baba and extend this love, this loving vibe to every soul, filling their hearts and empowering the souls with all virtues, powers, and Baba's light. Om Shanti. Shanti.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Shabai. Thank you, everyone. We shall meet tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, you all have a wonderful day.
Yeah.